Today is October 15th, 2025, and I woke up this morning after prayer, my initial gratitude for being alive, and I had a thought about the divorce and not understanding the motives of the other person. And then I realized that I'm not going to understand a demon. And that's not to be evil, but the actions of the person are very evil and demonic. I also understood that that person, um, they're never going to be happy. Right now, they are content and they are, their motive, their intention is to take and to cause harm and strife and upset. It's just they're not, they don't have fruits of the Holy Spirit. So then it was what would happen with me if the worst thing happened, meaning I had to give away some of the furniture or pay him money for whatever it is, even if I had to pay him for the car that I paid for, which is unfair. But I don't know. But even if those were the worst things that had to happen, what does that mean for me? For me, that means that the situation is settled. It means that even though I don't have money to give in this moment, that that's not the end of money for me. At some point, I'll get more money. It also means that if God brought me to it, He'll get me through it, for one, because I know that I've been in God's will for a couple of years now, if not before, but I've been a strong spiritual in a spiritual relationship with God over the past 2 years. Um, and it's not the end. I'll get more things. For me, the things that I have, I use them, I purchase them, and they're useful for me for the most part. But it's not the end of things. It's still, stores and shopping, and it's more money in the world to be had, even though, that's not my situation in this moment. But it's just that moved out and there's opportunity for more. Also, and I'll still have joy because you can't take my joy. So no matter what physical item you take, monetary funds you take, you cannot steal my joy. And even uncomfortable or dissatisfying it's just like, okay, I still have my joy. God bless me with these things and He can bless me with them again. It's not the first time that I've lost some furniture or money but that's fine. That's fine. Um, but but what if it went the other way? What if I did not have to pay him any money? What if I did not have to move things out of the house? Um, that's fine as well. I still have my joy. I'm still thankful for what I do have, whether some stuff leaves or everything stays. But when I look at it on the other side, and I'm not going to understand a demon because that's not the character of me. I'm not going to understand the ways of the world. I know the ways of the world, some of them, but I'm not going to understand that because that's not just not my character. But on the other side, though, let's say that he wins some money. He wins, and win is a operative word because that is his goal, winning. But let's say that he wins some money, wins some furniture, that moment, he's going to be happy. Yay, I won. I took from her. Ooh, she's big mad. Is what his thought is going to be, because that would be his reaction. But what's going to happen is that he's going to have these things, and he may have use for them, he may not. Um, but then that happiness, because something is happening, is going to fade, and he's still going to be back to his unhappy, um, evil thoughts, because you cannot satisfy a demon, and it's going to be something else that's now he's going to focus on, that's going to cause him unhappiness and strife and a need for vengeance. On the other hand, if he does not win anything and he just needs to go and handle his life, um, he he's going to be unhappy, and it's going to be, um, redirected at me somehow, which is fine, because that's his own thoughts. But uh, I'm not going to understand. Also, I'm not going to understand irresponsibility, because I was designed to be a responsible person. I was designed to be a helpful person, a giving person. I was designed to give even when it's not reciprocated, because I was designed to help people. His design is to help if he gets something out of it. So it's only transactional for him. Um, and that's that. So like I was saying, like, what he can't take is my joy. Um, and no matter which direction this divorce goes, in the way of debt and bills and who owes who what, um, it's still I'm still gonna have joy. I may not like the decisions that are made, and I don't even know what those decisions are, but um, I know this week I struggled with not knowing what's going to happen and how to prepare myself. But I, and I don't have no control over any of that, but I do have control over my emotions, myself, and my perspective on things. And so, if the worst case scenario happens, he can't take my joy, he can't take my faith, he can't take my relationship with God from me, and I'll still have peace, because I have Jesus, God, Holy Spirit. And if he takes nothing from me, he goes on with his life, I'm still going to have my relationship with God, peace, faith, Holy Spirit, Jesus, God, and I will move on. Either way, I'm going to move on. Life is not going to stop because of this situation. As long as I have breath in me, I have an opportunity to continue walking my journey, growing in life, and being righteous in God's eye. So it's not for me to understand, obsess about, or be in disbelief off of a demon's behavior, because that is just not how I live my life. That's not what I expect from a person. And I don't want to understand a demon. Like, that is just not where I want to be. I never want to understand a demon. I'm not trying to learn the ways of a demon. I want to be able to recognize a demon, but it's not my goal to counter a demon with more demonic thoughts, actions, or ways. I do have the ability and capacity and authority to fight a demon with the word of the Lord, and that's where I will remain. So no matter no vicious attempts to attack me, I'm still going to be God's child, protected by the Most High, and a saved individual that is recognized in God's eye, and